Implementation overview. How we set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is identify a group of target learners. The What Word Teachers platform will then randomly allocate these into the intervention and the control group. You will then complete the pre-assessment test with both groups. The intervention group will use the spelling intervention with small groups with the TA, and the control group will continue business as usual. At the end of the 5-week trial, both groups will complete the post-assessment. So let's look at this from a step-by-step delivery approach. Planning stage. Identify a group of target learners to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Step 2. Identify 40 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by 10 new spellings a week over 4 weeks. Then select 20 of these challenging words to use as your pre- and post-assessments. These will be the same for both. Step 3. Using a trial wizard on the What Word Teachers platform, randomly assign learners to the intervention and control group. Implementation stage. Step 4. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both the intervention and control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker that's located in the resource folder and input this into the pre-test on the trial wizard. Step 5. For the intervention students, the targeted intervention will be delivered. This variation of the trial introduces learners to 10 spellings gradually over a week with a review on the next Monday. The control group will continue as business as usual for the duration of the trial. So because this version focuses on working memory, the words are gradually introduced over the week rather than at the start on the Monday. Step 6. Complete the post-assessment spelling test, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker that's located in the resource folder, and then import this into the post-test on the trial wizard. If you then complete the process evaluation and then click Analyze, it will generate an impact report to explain how the intervention has worked in your school. So a quick recap of the intervention. It's a targeted spelling intervention, which is focusing on year 2-3 pupils. The intervention is delivered by a teaching assistant in small groups and can be set as homework. Each session will be daily and introduce 2 or 3 words with a review on a Monday, and 10 words will be learned over the week and the consolidation in week 5. The intervention is the Look, Say, Cover, Write check, which is a method of learning spelling where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, paying attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or the hand. We include a template in the resource folder. Write the spelling next to the original word, check their version to see if they got it right, and then write the correct spelling again if necessary. This version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. How to select the spellings. If you can use the National Curriculum Guidance for the spellings for year 2 and 3, please create a spelling list of 40 words that you will select for the intervention. In each week, the learners will practice 10 new words using the Look, Say, Cover, Write check strategy with a teaching assistant. In the resource folder, you will see a template that you can use, and also a tracking spreadsheet, which allows you to link an anonymized student ID on the platform to a student in your class. So some key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling strategy as an intervention. So is there a suitable time in the day for the delivery? Is there a suitable location? Reminders on the day, if learners can be reminded about the session, if they've got to attend it. If you can print off the templates in advance of the sessions if you're using them, and will you potentially link to any rewards? Logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. So a quick recap on the assessment. The outcome measure is attainment as defined by the pre and post spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20 and is the same for both the pre and the post. And as both the control and the intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with this should not bias the effect size. And just some final guidance. If you can complete the assessment under test conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes for this. and if you can provide an example of the word in a sentence for each spelling when you do the assessment. And then just make sure you record the pre and post assessment scores on the tracking spreadsheet. So that's the end of the implementation video. The next step is to download the research protocol and your resource folder. And then if you go to the trial wizard, you can start the trial.